We have with us today Mr. Govil Rajpal. Mr. Rajpal envisions a society where every individual and organization can leverage innovation and AI without compromising safety. This vision has guided him through 18 years in the industry. He believes that cybersecurity is not just about technology, it's fundamentally about simplifying technology so that people understand how to interact with it safely. As the Director of Sales Engineering at SentinelOne, he ensures technology and AI tools are accessible and simplified for all stakeholders, customers, end users, CXOs, and CISOs. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good one. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Perfect. So the idea is not to do a unidirectional session. I come here and do the presentation. Idea is to hear from all of you actually how you are solving some of the complex cybersecurity problems. So can we start with a quick round of introduction and then get into the topic, what problems we are trying to solve and what are your pain areas and challenges. Shall we do the quick round of introduction?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
I'm Sharia. I'm from Agora.
Sorry, I missed that.
I'm Sharia from Agora. We are doing retail business.
I'm Rajit and I'm from GML Bangladesh. We are doing web support for the ad agencies.
Ad agencies.
Hi, I'm Marcel. I'm head of IT for biggest fashion Bangladesh Limited. We are doing sourcing and manufacturing deals in Bangladesh and export to the world.
Very nice.
Hi, I'm Faisal Hussain. I'm the CIO of Bangladesh Finance. It's a finance company. Also, I'm an adjunct faculty of Dhaka University of the course of Self-Information Services.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
I served the bank for 35 years. Now I'm working for a company.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Hello everyone, I am Rupan Kumar Mitro. I am working for ACSBC Bangladesh as a Vice President, Data Center and Service Management. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning everybody. This is Sarwar from Premier Bank, Head of IT Security and Governance.
Hello, I am Saiful Islam, working as Dhaka Bank as a Chief Information Security Officer.
Thank you.
Hello, I am MD Ismail Chaudhary. I am working in Madhumati Bank as a Head of IT Security.
Hello, this is Ripon. I am from the Global Tech Information System. I am a CIO of this company. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. This is Mahin. I'm from BSRM. I'm the Head of Infrastructure and Security over there. It's the largest steel manufacturing company in Bangladesh. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I am Shamim from Walton High Tech Industries, Bangladesh. Walton actually Bangladesh manufacturing, electronic manufacturing company.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Asiful Bari from Bragg Bank Limited, PLC. So I am the head of system support and service operations under technology division over there. I take care of I am technology security operations, data center, IT governance, so all these stuffs over there. And regarding the challenges, we'll share later.
100%,
Okay.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Taushik from Exim Bank. I work in the IT security and compliance area.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir.
Tamim Wahid.
Thank you so much. Sir. Yes.
I'm Abdullah from Shanta Holdings Limited.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. I have heard couple of names because of my previous experience. Bragg Bank, I have been there couple of times actually. Exim Bank, I have been there couple of times. Not from the SentinelOne side. In my previous organization, I used to travel to Bangladesh. So I have heard couple of things, how exactly the technical evaluation of the technology happens actually. And we will discuss those things for sure in next 30 to 45 minutes. How many of you have started EDR journey? Bragg Bank, I'm aware, started, right? Okay. And how many of you have heard about SentinelOne before? Very nice. Anything would you like to share, right, your experience with SentinelOne in last 1 year, 2 years? Yes, sir. Very nice. So when I started back in 2021 in SentinelOne, this was the very first fundamental problem for us. So there was a confusion between Azure Sentinel and SentinelOne. Then we had to actually go and tell, okay, this is a different company, different business altogether. Anything else other than this? Have you done POC with SentinelOne in last 1 year or so? Anyone in the room? No one. Perfect. Okay. Done. And how many of you are still using legacy signature-based technology? No one? Everyone is on AI-powered EDR, XDR platform in the room? No? Yes. Okay. So let me spend 5-7 minutes, 10 minutes to set the context. What SentinelOne has done in last 10 years. And rather than actually explaining feature functionalities and the technical comparison, we have interesting case study, and we will share some of the case studies with you, how the transformation of a legacy technology to AI powered technology has solved a lot of things for different customers. So we are not a new company. We started back in 2013. Right, so it's been 11 years. We started doing cyber security, and back in 2013, the problem statement was how we can actually move away from a signature-based technology to a signature-less technology. And when I say signature-based technology to a signature-less technology, we had a lot of dependency on the signatures when you run an agent onto Windows, Mac, or Linux machines. In fact, that is still there. If you are using legacy tech like Trend Micro, Symantec, McAfee, for example, or Trellix, for example, or Checkpoint, for example, you still have a lot of dependencies to download the signatures. And the thought from the founder was how a 60 MB size in agent without requiring any updates can fix the detection problem. And that is how we started. Now, after 11 years, 12 years, this SentinelOne company, which was a point product earlier, has transformed into a platform company. So idea was, we were securing endpoints with Windows, Mac, and Linux, and we thought, why not to expand the use case to identities as well? Because identities are there on the endpoints, desktops, and laptops itself. So let's start securing these identities as well. So we acquired a company, and that company, with the help of that company, we merged the capabilities into a single agent so that we can secure the Active Directory or Azure AD as well. A lot of customers were using our agent to secure the cloud workloads as well, like AWS, like Azure, like GCP. I'm sure most of you in the room are doing application modernization journey as well. Applications, monolithic applications moving to microservice-based architecture applications. So a lot of customers were using our agent to secure their containers and Kubernetes environments. So we thought, if customers are using the same thing for security of Kubernetes, why don't we do the posture management as well? Why don't we secure the CI/CD pipeline as well? Why don't we do the runtime security as well? So we acquired a company called PingSafe, Make in India company, and we actually expanded the portfolio from endpoint identity to cloud workloads as well. Now technically, the data which is coming in from endpoint, data which is coming in from identity, data which is coming in from cloud, we wanted to actually correlate all this data at one single place. So we acquired a data lake company, and idea of that data lake company was how I can actually bring in the correlation and visualization and visibility at one single place. Of course, the phase one was do everything, bring the visibility at one place from all the security controls. But what we have done in phase two is, if you are using Palo Alto firewall, we can consume the logs. If you are using checkpoint firewalls, we can consume the logs. If you are using Fortinet firewalls, we can consume the logs. If you are on Zscaler or Netscope or Forcepoint or any other proxy, we can consume the logs. If you are using any public cloud, we can consume the logs. And technically, we can consume the logs from any infrastructure device as well. Yes, sir. Sir, can be done. Sir, can be done. Okay. Yes. So technically, at infra layer, you can actually consume the logs from any security control, and then endpoint layer, you can consume the logs, and proxy, of course, you can consume the logs, and this can become your one single source of data lake and the visualization. So that is how we have. So when we discuss about platform, there are two theories in market. One is like horizontal consolidation, and second is which is known as the vertical consolidation. So our focus is how we can do the vertical consolidation right at one single place. Of course, bringing visibility across horizontal as well as vertical. So like I said, started with securing endpoints only, then identities, then clouds, then having a data lake which can actually connect all these three different technologies together, and then we started connecting all the dots which are there in your environment. It can be your applications as well. Some of you said, let's say bank. So if you have a banking application generating a lot of logs, we can get those logs as well inside our data lake. That is how the history has been for SentinelOne. What makes us apart from the other cyber security technologies in the market? Shall I take a pause here if there are any questions? Anyone? How do we define legacy? So I'll spend some time on EDR, AV, and then we will move further. How do you define the difference between legacy AV technology versus, let's say, a EDR solution? Because when we started the discussion, most of you said, okay, we have started the EDR journey. So when we talk about EDR journey, have we actually moved away completely from signature-based technology and we are on complete signature-less technology? And what are the metrics you are actually following? Okay, I was doing a signature-based technology 2 years back. Now I am on signature-less technology. How much threat detection has improved? How much visibility has improved? How much compliance has improved? And how much cost saving I have been able to do with the help of AI and automation? So these are the general 4 or 5 metrics organizations are referring to. Again, how much threat detection we have improved, how much compliance we have improved, how much mean time to response we have reduced, how much visibility is increased, and how much cost I have been able to save. Maybe let me write it down and let's have a discussion on this. Threat detection, MTTR, visibility, compliance, and last, of course, is cost saving. Now, cost saving can be infra, cost saving can be staff, cost saving can be recovery from a security incident. So global cyber security market, when they say, okay, I am moving away from one technology to other technology, it can be endpoint, it can be firewall, it can be cloud, it can be other thing. So these are generally 5 metrics which are being measured. Am I able to improve my threat detection? If answer is yes, how much? Am I able to reduce my mean time to response? If answer is yes, how much? Visibility, earlier it was, let's say, 60% or 70% of the visibility, and how I can actually improve my visibility to 90% and 100%. Compliance, let's talk specifically about NIST here. How this new technology has improved my NIST cybersecurity framework rating. How much I was at identify, detect, protect, recover, govern, and how much I am right now. And of course, there was X dollars I was actually spending, including infra, staff, and recovery, how much I have been able to reduce with the help of this adoption of new technology or optimize. So this will be the agenda for rest of the 30 minutes actually, 45 minutes, and then I will present a very interesting case study with you, which we have done with some of the customers in the country. Yes.
Being purposeful without impacting the service or end user experience.
Of course. end user experience. Perfect. And it does matter a lot for a bank, for sure. Yes. So sir, shall we start from here? Threat detection. Can anyone in the room wants to take a lead and share some examples? Okay, I was able to detect. Let me give you a couple of examples. The global market says, and if you read the report, the threat detection / prevention average is 95%. Right? Hence we have detection technologies, hence we have response technologies, hence we have couple of other things, and rest of the 5% actually being covered by detection technologies, response technologies, and couple of other things. So this is the global standard. Where do you feel you were when it was a signature based technology, and where you are now after moving away from a signature based technology to a signature less technology? And if you want, I can give you some pointers as well. In terms of percentage or numbers, anything. But have you seen the improvement? How much? If let's say you want to present this data to board, for example, because you have invested 200K, right? Including everything to consume and adopt a technology, and somebody in the organization come and ask you, okay, we have done $200K of investment. Now tell me the outcome. What is the ROI? Example. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Very good. Can be a data point, of course. But can this happen in the future or not? Definitely happen. Anyone in the room? Hmm.
Yes, and you cannot be 100% secure anytime.
100%. And in fact, in last couple of weeks, when I was doing a round table in different cities, this specific question came up, and we were having a very, very detailed discussion. We are going off track for 30 seconds, right? So how many companies have gone bankrupt after cyber security attacks or incidents? Guess. And it is very much aligned to the question we have been discussing, what board wants to hear from us, right? How many? Any guesses?
No idea.
Not more than 40 or 50, actually, if you read about. We have heard about largest ITS organization being hacked. We have heard about largest banks being compromised. We have heard about largest media and entertainment companies being hacked. But none of them went bankrupt. None of them. They all survive. They all survive. The ultimate impact comes to is people, us in the room. That is the ultimate victim, actually. Organization is not the victim, right? People, humans are the victim. And there are so many case studies now on internet, actually. So when anything wrong happens, somebody needs, and maybe that is the board, right? Somebody needs someone, right?
Scapegoat.
A scapegoat, right? Maybe more straight. But yes, we are the humans and people, right? Information security people, CISOs, we all get actually victimized after these security incidents. Of course, they don't understand. But how many of you are having a maybe quarterly discussion with the board about cyber security strategy in the organization? 1, 2, no, 3, 4, 5.
Actually, no periodic updates there.
Hmm.
If there is anything going on regarding the security purchase or something like that, which is significant, at that time we present it to the forum and then
Perfect. And coming back to this, let me give you a data point, right? That may give you more interesting facts to think on. We were working with a customer and we found out there is a 40% increase in threat detection rate after they moved away from Trend Micro to SentinelOne. How we were able to identify? We did the analysis of all the threats, incidents, alerts identified, and then we segregated those alerts. How many of alerts are being, or detections happen with the help of reputation or user-defined block list? That was almost 49%. And all the rest of the detections were either polymorphic in nature, complex in nature, maybe 0 days, maybe unknowns, and that was being done by my AI technology. And that number was, let's say 46% if I take global average as 95%. Can I go and tell my stakeholders that, okay, this is the threat which has been identified by legacy AV technology versus these are the threats which are identified by signature-less technology, which is, let's say, AI, and we will discuss more in detail how exactly with AI. And technically, the threat detection ratio, because now this is being detected by AI, which signature-based technology cannot detect. Hence, this is the amount of improvement we have done in our threat detection / threat prevention.
Could you please give us a figure, comparing with the XDR or EDR of CrowdStrike? You were comparing with TrendMicro, right? So if we compare it with, CrowdStrike's or OEM, so what is the delta then?
Entirely depends on the organization to organization and the how exposure it is there in the organization. But of course, there will be difference. Of course, there will be difference, but it will not be this much, because CrowdStrike is also a signature-less technology, right? We are also a signature-less technology, but there will be differences for sure. Maybe not here, but maybe at other places as well. If you want to have maybe I can put some pointers actually around what we do different versus CrowdStrike, right, in all these metrics. Anyone wants to take this? Have experienced this and have tried to define the metrics? Okay, how much I have improved? Okay, how many of you are using CrowdStrike in the room? Let's go straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means you have that opportunity to define this metrics that earlier I was using, let's say Sophos or TrendMicro or XYZ, how much I have increased the threat detection. That quite visible, perfect, right? And others are using still Sophos or TrendMicro or Checkpoint or Trellix or McAfee in the room, -4, right? Only 4 people in the room are using CrowdStrike, no SentinelOne, and rest all are using one SentinelOne, okay, sorry, yes. One SentinelOne, 4 CrowdStrike, and rest all on the signature-based technology. So when you do a evaluation of the technology, this can be your one criteria. How much is being threat detection improved or increased after I move away from signature-based technology to signature-less technology? Let's come to MTTR. How much is the MTTR in your organization? Both signature-based and signature-less. Sir, CrowdStrike. Not the figure which MITRE or other...
It has improved compared to the trend.
Compared to it.
And it's visible.
And let's say if you want to give some number. Earlier it was...
If I want to quantify this, it will be difficult to share.
Approximately. Yes, of course. It is difficult to quantify, but approximately, let's say, if 10 times. Okay. So if you're saying it was 10 days earlier, it has come down to maybe 1 day.
Because feature-wise, there is, a lot of difference.
Done. Anybody using Sophos, Trend, Symantec, Trellix wants to take this? How much is the MTTR now?
Tough to put a number because it depends.
Takes our best case and worst case scenario.
I didn't have any major incidents. That's one case. That's so it relates to this. But
Take the common cases.
Let's assume the worst case scenario is there are 500 machines impacted, and when I say impacted, there is a ransomware attack, and you want to take a response action on those 500 machines from the platform. This is the worst case scenario. 500 machines compromised. And the best case scenario is you have identified some application running which may be vulnerable, 5-10 machines. I want to use the platform to do a patching. Not the scale, but yes, there are 5 machines. How much time do you feel it will take to do a bulk command execution on 5 machines? And how much time do you feel it will take to recover from a threat which is more serious crisis situation for 500 machines?
Single server to server we can apply.
Not only that, it depends on, I mean, organization to organization, their connectivity, bandwidth, and other things as well. So there are dependencies because that endpoint has to be live as well.
Of course. Let's assume everything is all in place, right? Bandwidth is there, machines are online, because when, let's say, there is a crisis situation, sir, then also you do a containment. And containment also tells that this machine can talk to the console, but not to the other applications, which means online machinism.
When ransomware attack or something happen in the server, that is also locked. Only
Sandboxing happens.
Sandboxing generally comes to pillar number 1 because threat detection, right? Identify unknowns in 0 days. But give me some number. Let's say, what is your goal? Today it is.
You were saying the scenario of post-incident case, right?
Of course, incident has happened. Technology has failed. Example, threat was not identified. It was a misconfiguration. Agent was not installed. Right? We missed something. Still signature-based technology running in. What I want to do is I want to do a response action now. Otherwise, I don't need a response action. Technology has worked. Technology has quarantined the file. Attack is stopped already. But attack has executed. File is executed. 500 machines and 5 machines.
Maybe 4 hours for one machine. Clean it and bring it back.
100%. And let me break it down. This 4-hour window, what Baljot has mentioned. Let's assume you have 500 machines compromised, encrypted. The very first thing what you will do is you will ask all those 500 users. Of course, that part I'm assuming is done, right? Now, the very first thing you will do is you will ask those 500 people to come with their machines and submit it to the IT team. Of course, you have to do this. Number 2, you will ask IT team, please format all these 500 machines. Number 3, IT team will bring a golden image if it is there, and if it is not there, they will install the operating system on that specific laptop. Before backup, sir, if there are some mandatory applications needs to be installed, IT team will install those applications on top of that, maybe a VPN software, example. And then you go to the backups place where the backup is there for that user and then bring and restore that data onto the machine. These are the 5 things IT person has to do. And then you can deliver the laptop back to the user. This will take, how much time this will take now? Baljot said 4 hours. Let's say this has to be done in your organization. How much time?
Single one is like that, but if you're doing for 500...
Of course, sir, 500, yes.
It depends on your team capacity and all of those things.
So can we take one machine will take 3 to 4 hours?
Definitely.
Definitely, right? So which means 3 to 4 hours multiplied by 500 machines, this is the impact. Now, 2000 hours, right? And
but that
again,
depends, you can do it parallelly. No, I'm not doing the single machine.
of course,
so
of course.
It's
Right.
not
It
that
is
easy.
manpower, yes, yes. Now taking this example and connecting it with what happened on July 19th incident, right? When a lot of machines were down because of that blue dump, there was an interesting research done. And maybe you can compare, at least 4 people in the room can compare. That research said, if you are a 10,000 user organization and you are not using disk encryption, it took 4 minutes to 6 minutes to bring that change active on the machine, and then machine was up and running again. If you are using disk encryption solution, because safe mode, it is very, very difficult to get in, then it takes 14 to 16 minutes for that organization to make all the changes and bring the machines up and running. So if you are not using disk encryption, 666 man hours required to bring the business back to the normal state. If you are using disk encryption, almost 2000 hours required to bring the business back to the normal situation. And this has happened with the organizations. And I will spend some time here. Again, coming back to that 500 machines, what if I tell you that these 2000 hours, which Baljot mentioned, and the 5 steps which I mentioned every IT person has to do, you need not to do all these things with SentinelOne. Everything you can do from one single console, just 2 or 3 clicks, and you need not to format, you need not to reinstall, you need not to install the applications again, and you need not to bring the data from your data backup and restore it. Everything will be done by the SentinelOne agent automatically, without any human intervention. I just need one resource, L1 resource, who knows those 3 clicks, where to go and how to make it. That is the power of MTTR.
Before you have to apply your configuration.
Yes, of course. When you are doing an implementation, you have to enable those configuration settings, which will enable you to take this action when you are in a crisis situation. Can this happen every day? Should not happen, right? We always actually pray this should not happen to us. But if it happens, how I can take this action? And the moment you take this action, everything will be rolled back to the normal state. Now the team here, people here who are still using legacy technology, this is the global number. 10 to 30 days is the response time. Like you said, sir, depending upon the team, depending upon the skill set, right? It may take 10 days, but of course, if impact is huge, it may go up to 30 days. Now with platform, can I bring it down to minutes?
As you said, 3 clicks, so it's down to minutes.
Seconds.
Yeah,
Why not seconds? Why not minutes? And this can be done. Have you tested this ever in the...
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So, why make the changes in 3 clicks?
Mm.
If there are some other agents working in the same endpoint for different purpose,
Mm-hmm.
security purpose,
Mm-hmm.
so there is some behavioral conflict over there arises.
Mm.
So whenever your solution, suppose SentinelOne is trying to deploy something over there,
Mm.
so some other agent are sensing it as a phishing,
Mm.
so it may hamper that deployment. So is there any such use cases?
So we have already taken care of such issues. Of course, it can happen. So what we have done is, in the technology, we have tried to create 2 different sort of exclusions. One is the exclusion which traditionally known as suppressing alerts, right? Second is the set of exclusion which we have created is more around interoperability, which means, let's say you have a 2 agent running on the machine in addition to the SentinelOne agent. I can tell my agent that these are the 2 agents you need not to fight with. You need to coexist with. Their behavior, my behavior can coexist and run in the same memory space. So the moment I perform this action, it goes to the machine, and then I will not fight with that specific agent which is running on the machine, which may see, okay, this is not the right behavior, this is something suspicious or behavior or something different or a bad. So that problem is already taken care, and we have list of all such endpoint agent inventories populated in the platform.
If the platform is large enough, for about 10,000 plus, 15,000 plus assets over here running concurrently, in that case, the maturity of this exception level or the thing you are referring, it takes time. It doesn't happen very quickly. So the swift or prompt action that we expect from the solution, it doesn't happen like this. I mean, in reality, we face this.
With SentinelOne? No. So when you install the agent, so what we do is we pump all the applications which are running on the endpoints to the console, so that you have a central inventory of applications. Once you have that central list of applications, that is further being mapped to that inventory, which may create interoperability. You need not to do this manually. Everything is being done by the platform automatically. Very first thing is everything coming from the machine here. Will there be any interoperability issues or not? We don't know. So hence, what we do is we map that with our different inventory list. Okay, these are the agents running on the machines. And that actually gets populated automatically with interoperability section. And what you need to do is you need to just do a checkbox, apply, the interoperability configuration gets replicated to the agents. And let's say after 10 days, 15 days, something happens, idea is not to fight.
So yes, this 10-15 days is required for the maturity level, right?
Right.
So,
not the maturity level. Maturity is like the moment you see the inventory and the moment platform does a mapping with interoperability. The maturity level time is how much time you take to actually select and apply the configuration.
But there are some other parameters as well. When the customer, endpoint will get connected to the network.
Of course, there will be new applications, new agents, yes.
But you are, taking these actions to your end. But there are other 2-3 agents over there. So if they feel yourself as vulnerable, then how to, prepare a collaborative scenario over there?
Basically, your solution will not fight, but other solution will fight.
I agree. So same thing actually the other agent should do with us as well, right? Example.
I found for Kaspersky from Trend Micro or CrowdStrike installations, those agent actually treat them as a suspicious activity.
In that case, what happens?
And all has make themselves inactive mode and enter infrastructure when antivirus EDR free.
In that case, as a customer, what dilemma we face? SentinelOne is my EDR provider. There are some other providers. If we bring them on the same table, they start pointing each other. So it's happening due to them, and there is no resolution comes out. In that case, in many cases, what happens? This solution needs to be uninstalled or something like that. This has to be done. So how we can avoid this? I'm just sharing the practical challenges that an organization faces.
Actually, he's talking about is there the collaboration modality
in the system
to figure out
in the system
between the companies, those are providing the ideas
and automatically the root cause analysis should be there. Sentinel.
So practically very difficult. Sorry, practically very difficult. Reason being the amount of application development which used to happen 10 years back and the amount of application developments and DevSecOps and DevOps practices have come now in last couple of years. It is very difficult because the way the changes are happening, it is very difficult to do this. But I have never seen in last 3 years that SentinelOne is detecting Trend Micro, Kaspersky, McAfee, CrowdStrike as suspicious or malicious. I have never seen even a single case. Can we coexist? Answer is yes, we can coexist. So I can coexist with even CrowdStrike as well. So we have done couple of POCs, customers have been using CrowdStrike, they said we don't want to remove it. So we did our POC with coexistence of CrowdStrike.
And when EDR was launched, it was always supposed to coexist with an activity.
Yes.
EDR was supposed to connect the telemetry part. Later on, what customers started saying is that why should I have two agents when you are already detecting, why do you start remediating it as well? So that's where you would have seen that the capabilities of antivirus were added into all the EDRs. But predominantly when EDR started, the concept was that EDR is only going to collect telemetry. And it was supposed to coexist with each and every antivirus which could have been there.
Okay, please carry on.
Yep.
We're taking too much time.
So idea with MTTR is maybe another metrics to sum up and move to the next piece. How can I go from days to hours and from hours to minutes? And of course you have to do this simulation. The way, how many of you do red teaming sort of simulations? Very recently you have started. So focus of red teaming is check the efficacy of the technology. So sir, same way you can actually expand the use case of red teaming is to check the response efficacy of the platform as well. So rather than actually seeing, okay, whether my technology can detect it or not, let the technology fail it and then see, can I recover it back to the normal state or not? And I will share some interesting data numbers again here with the customer. Visibility. Let's say somebody comes in, Bank of Bangladesh, right? And they say, okay, there was an incident happened, or maybe something from telecom, something from government, Bangladesh CERT, for example. They come and they ask you, okay, there was an incident. We have seen something identified 30 days back. We need logs for this specific machine, this specific telemetry, network connections, emails. Do we have all that visibility, and how we define the metrics, how we are improving on the visibility part? So in the room, 4 people on CrowdStrike have visibility, telemetry coming in. 1 from SentinelOne have a visibility coming in. What about others? How you ensure that there is a visibility from the endpoints, from the servers, from the cloud workloads? Do we have CCTV camera in this room? Let's assume there is a CCTV camera in this room. Assume, right? Now, especially the people who are using signature-based technology and don't have visibility here. Example, you leave some stuff, you forget some stuff here, and you just go out from the room post 12:15, 12:30. Somebody comes in and somebody actually takes that stuff and goes out. What you will do is you will reach out to the sponsors here, organizers. I forgot my mobile phone here, example. Now they have to actually find out the mobile device, who came in after you and who actually stole that device. What they need to do is, they need to actually go to the CCTV footage. They will actually go to between 12:15 to 12:30, because till 12:15 you are here in the room. They will identify who came in, who picked up the phone, and who went actually out with the phone. And then they will be able to even try to trace the person as well to give you your phone back. Same thing happens with EDR, with visibility. Attack happened in the past, example. You want to go to the CCTV footage, and then you want to actually refer when this attack actually happened in the organization, who did it, what is the origin, what is the impact. So how do you do this today? How do you do this?
Maybe you might go to your SIM, collect some logs, try with success logs, but it becomes very, very difficult.
We are monitoring samples.
Okay.
Network point of view, like router level, firewall level, somewhere we are doing some policies who are first are coming and first are going out. So, and also some tools are there. Maybe most of the companies are using, I don't know, paid or unpaid. Depends on that.
Okay. Anyone else wants to take this? How to improve the visibility? No one? Sir?
Actually, it's all about the integration.
Integration, okay.
Among all the infrastructure and applications towards a single dashboard. And what actually we are getting right now from a legacy signature-based, that's not EDR basically, that's AV. And actually we are getting every types of suspicious activities, and we have created a policy that automatically suspicious activities will be get down through the rating policy, the firewall. And actually integration is the most vital thing. If you see something in your infrastructure and inventory, those are actually lateral movement and suspicious activity should be traced in, and should be a single dashboard. You should do monitor. And second thing, you should have very prudent and scaled sound policy should be written by your team. And along with the monitoring team must actually focus on continuous monitoring. Those are the suspicious activity, and rules need to be configured as per the suspicious activities.
Okay.
So along with this visibility, what we can add over there, we can add some playbooks or things to that minimize the impact, or the visibility will be squeezed. If we can have some prepared, those playbooks sort of thing.
Perfect.
Most of the times we are taking the log monitoring. Okay.
Mm.
Some tools are there. It may be application based or network based or some tools are there. To identify the logs, what are happening inside. If any suspicious
What are coming?
Coming.
Actually, for the EDR, sandbox plays a vital role.
If
You can make all the things in the ecosystem, preparing ecosystem is very robust.
Mm.
Then actually, what we have figured out that sandbox actually play a vital role. So
Invisibility. Okay. So what you have said is, let's take example. Let me summarize it and then we can go further. Let's say attack starts with email. It goes to end user machine. Something gets executed and there is a CNC communication going out. That is now reaching to identity. And with that identity, it is actually reaching to Active Directory. And once that Active Directory is hit, or credentials are there, or GPO policy is there, it is reaching to more endpoints. So technically, technology number 1, technology number 2, technology number 3, technology number 4, and of course endpoint again same. Are we able to integrate these 4 technologies together right now, which gives you a single incident, single alert, okay, something has happened. Or the visibilities, email I have 1 alert, endpoint I have 500 alerts, network I have couple of CNC, NT bot connection attempts, and then Active Directory if you have solution, okay, but if you don't have solution, maybe nothing is coming out of Active Directory. So this puzzle is still blind. This area is still blind. And now somebody will come in and somebody will actually connect this, and then tell you, okay, there is a problem. And hence, now we have a visibility. So my definition of visibility is, when we said in the last, this area, how we can actually improve the visibility with EDR/XDR platform. Example. EDR will give you the visibility about endpoints, but I want to connect other security technologies as well. Why? If you see this attack, the maximum telemetry you will get is from. You can never do an investigation complete without engaging EDR telemetry. Never ever. Now to support your investigation, you need to go to 1 and 3. And if to support this investigation, you have to go to 1 and 3, can we ask 1 and 3 to come to 2? Let me repeat.
no.
Every investigation, answer is yes actually. Okay. So I am saying, no investigation is complete without endpoint telemetry. To support this investigation, I need to go to 1 and 3. So we have 2 options. Either we go to 1 and 3, or we ask 1 and 3 to come to us.
The second one.
The second one, right? And the other fundamental behind this is, now this is 80 to 85% of your telemetry, and majority of the time you will spend with this telemetry for the investigation. Now what I am saying is, shall we bring rest of the 15% here, or shall we take 85% to somewhere else? Or shall we take 85% somewhere else? Of course, the logical answer is, let's bring 1 and 3 here, where the EDR telemetry is. This will not only solve your visibility and your fundamental question, sir, which is around integration. Because everything is coming at one single place, there is a centralized visibility. Can I do a response now to all these technologies? Block one email address here, block some attachment here, block some IP addresses here, suspend some users here. So when you do a technology evaluation for your EDR next time, see if you are able to actually bring in this ecosystem or not. Your email should be integrated, your firewalls should be integrated, all that telemetry should come to this place. Hanji sir.
Yeah, He said no, and I also said no as well, but you said the answer is yes. So one question is that the email thing, you can bring it to the endpoint, that's fine, but how you are bringing that network port to the endpoint, that's a total different thing. How that data will come to this part? Can you just explain it?
Why you will allow this to happen?
And this might be another risk, I'm not sure.
Let me tell you, so what you will do is, if you will not bring it here, where you will take the firewall logs? Give me the option number 2.
Where I will?
Where you will take your firewall logs?
To my SIM solution or somewhere else.
Of course. So which means, if there is a network technology, either you can take this to your existing SIM solution, or you will take to EDR. This is something you will do. These are the only 2 options. There is no third option.
Okay.
If you take the network logs to your SIM solution, can you complete your investigation? Answer is? Number of hop increases, and you can never do your investigation complete.
Correlation will be very difficult in that case.
So correlation is always for detection. After detection, if I need to do investigation, your SOC analyst will again come to EDR only. So what I'm saying is, can I do the SIM job? If I can do the job of a SIM, why to go to this SIM? Why not to take everything from here to the telemetry where the EDR is, and the same platform actually becomes your XDR platform, and the same platform actually becomes your SIM platform as well.
From my understanding, the present telemetry what you are telling is email endpoint to endpoint. Okay. So network and NVIDIA is not covering there. So see, when we are working in the network, so network is a cycle. So most of the times for the end users, they are with the networks. They are using the other networks. So AD and network is not visible to them or not connected. So in that case, how to manage this? But this attack can be happen from.
So he's saying that the users in a different network, roaming or somewhere.
Doesn't matter, sir. User can be at 3 different places. Technically, maybe 4th, but 3 I think. One is your corporate network when the users are there in the office. Number 2 is users are outside but still connected to network via VPN. And number 3, user is outside but not connected to VPN. But machine is still managed, your agent is installed, and let me bring 4th is your partners. That is a complete definition of end user. In corporate network, then outside but connected to VPN, then the 3rd is not connected to VPN but some agent installed, machine is managed, and then 4th is your partners, right? They are not using your managed machines. I can still get all the telemetry from all these 4 different types of users, still get. Corporate users, they are behind your firewalls, your proxies. Whatever they do, everything will be there on your firewall and proxy, I can take that information. When they are at home, roaming users, be it connected or not connected, okay, being they are connected or not connected, you can still get the logs from the agent. And when you are actually in the partner ecosystem, when they come and access your applications, you will have WAF or you will have any reverse proxy solution, you can still get that information collected and get it to the SIM platform. They will always touch either endpoints or they will always touch something on your network. And there is always a possibility to capture the information and take it to the central data lake. So I'll take 2-3 minutes we have?
Just 3 minutes.
3 minutes. So see how you can improve the visibility by having EDR telemetry where you are storing and getting all the information at one single place. The next is compliance, where you are in NIST cybersecurity framework. Right, how you can improve it, of course, by implementing the technologies, improving the visibility, which I have said. NIST has come up with very interesting areas, right? What you can do is, there is something which is known as radar graph. You can actually draw where we are right now, and if we make...
NIST has already has 4 tags. Where actually you have and where you would like to see.
Yes. So now there is CSF 2.0. With addition of governance actually. So technically you can map all the security controls, how we are actually reaching to those 4 tiers to improve the rating. Last is cost saving.
most important part.
Most important part, right? Let me show you. Can we switch to the slides for last 30 seconds, please? This is what I was referring to. We did with one of the customer. 5 metrics which we discussed: threat detection, visibility, MTTR, compliance, and net savings. And let's take 3 of the metrics. So we said we have been able to increase the threat detection rate to 46%. Why? Because 49% of the threats were being detected by just signature-based technology, and rest all the threats were being detected by static AI and dynamic AI, which means a signature-less technology. There have been 500,000 alerts in last 11 months in the organization. And we have been able to reduce the MTTR from 10 to 30 days, which was previously, to 20 minutes throughout the year, which is a huge saving. And if they have been on the legacy technology, if I translate that number 500,000 and take the one which are actually being detected by AI technology, which is 270,000, this is the amount of saving. Of course, this is in INR. We can translate that information into USD as well. So 500 man days of saving, which is equivalent to 71 analysts you have to actually hire and keep them in the organization to manage all these alerts. This was the state: efficacy 49%, no telemetry, response 10 days to 30 days, and relatively low score in NIST cybersecurity framework in detect and respond. And of course, higher staff and infra cost. Moving to the signature-less technology, SentinelOne platform, improved 46%, near real-time visibility because everything is coming at one single place, reduced to 20 minutes. So this was a manufacturing customer actually. And the global number for a manufacturing customer in mean time to response is 24 hours. So it has come down to 20 minutes. And the cybersecurity framework score was improved to 80 to 85%. And of course, there is a future state as well if they do adopt the same platform and implement more technologies, how they can structure and consolidate different controls in the organization. So this is a real world case study we did with the customer, and hence I thought, let's start with this. But I think we have just last one minute. We'll take up. Yes, sir.
From the cost perspective, what is the big problem is we need to maintain multiple systems. What you already mentioned that can we put together all the system. Now you are talking about the EDR, then XDR, antivirus, SIM. So lot of system we need to maintain. So is there any system that yes, we can have single system can handle everything, then everything will be really easy. Otherwise integrating all the system is quite difficult.